Hi, my name is Misha Akugumodede, and I'm going to be talking about like the proposed vulnerability management for program for the campus pay security board presentation, which we're going to be looking through like how we're going to be enhancing security through structural risk management. This slide will be going over like the in-depth understanding and the in-depth presentation, and just like pretty much talking about like pay security and also what kind of vulnerability can we kind of like propose, how can we manage vulnerabilities um in this scenario that we were given, which was about like the campus pay security. We will begin with an overview of the campus pay operational environment, and we're also going to discuss about the threat landscape. Well, then the next we're going to be discussing the key framework assumptions. Then we're going to follow that by what are the proposed vulnerability management. So we're going to focus on kind of like in this meeting we're going to focus on kind of like understanding the campus pure operational environment, the threats landscape that we have them, the vulnerability management framework assumptions. We're also going to be looking at the risks prioritization, what are the response strategy that we're going to be working on. We're also going to be taking a in-depth having an in-depth understanding about across the metrics, what are the reporting, and what are the continuous improvements that we can do in this perspective. This section pretty much kind of like is going to be cutting across and also examining like the campus pays human capital management services, what are the critical assets and the data flows, and we're also going to explore the risks associated with remote work and mobile application as a whole. Campus pay offers comprehensive human capital management solutions primarily targeting universities and students. Understanding these services is vital to identifying the critical assets and potential vulnerability in the environment. This program will protect sensitive data, including employee record. It's also going to protect the university information. It's going to protect the student data, and it's also going to protect health related information. Mapping these data flows helps identify where security controls are most needed. With the increase in remote work and mobile app usage, new vectors for vulnerability emerge. This analysis focus on risks such as unsecure endpoints, data leakage, and unauthorized accesses. This section is going to be covering the foundational assumption regarding system inventories, third-party dependencies, and user access models that shape our vulnerability management approach that we're going to be using. We assume a dynamic inventory of on-premises, cloud-hosted, and mobile systems to ensure comprehensive visibility and vulnerability coverage across all platforms. We're also going to be identifying like the dynamic inventory management. We're, we're going to be exploring in the dynamic inventory management we're going to be looking at like the inventory that tracks all the system to continuously maintain an up-to-date visibility across all the platforms we're going to be using. On the on-premise side of things, we're also going to be working a lot on the systems that require local management for monitoring their vulnerability. Then also we do a lot in the cloud hosted system. So on the cloud side of things, we'll offer a scalable resource and require that is going to require a continuous monitoring for the security coverage. We're going to be having some dependencies on some third-party services, such as we're going to be using services like Spectra. We're going to be using like different kind of API calls, API keys, and we're also going to introduce AWS in order for like to identify additional risks. So we're also going to do a lot of like integration points. We're going to require continuous monitoring and also security assessments. User access is assumed to occur via VPNs, remote device, and also mobile endpoints, all of which must be secure with appropriate control to prevent unauthorized access and mitigate our vulnerability effectively. We propose a structured program focusing on continuous asset discovery, vulnerability scanning, patch management, and integration of mobile app security for Campus Pay. We will implement continuous automated scanning to detect new assets and vulnerability promptly, ensuring timely identification, and also more very important point that we will leave out, remediation of security gaps in the system. Here are going to be structured patch management processes and remediation cycle that is going to reduce exposure of Windows and enhance overall security posture by rapidly addressing known vulnerability. In this scenario, so what we tend to do is to kind of like create a very structured patch management that can easily identify vulnerability, and also kind of not just identifying those vulnerability, it can also mitigate the risks, also get rid of those kind of like block those vulnerability before it actually attacks the system and cause a huge damage or loss. Integrating security assessment for mobile application, including thorough code reviews of campus higher APIs, what's going to ensure vulnerabilities in mobile phone environments are minimized. This section outlines how vulnerability will be prioritized based on criticality, with clear incident response and escalation protocols to manage risks effectively. Leveraging risks-based approach to prioritize vulnerability, especially those impacting highly sensitive data such as personal and health information, to focus on remediation efforts effectively. We will be developing a tailored incident report playbook for threat specific to remote and mobile environment. We will enable rapid coordinated action during security incidents. We, we will also ensure clear communication and escalation protocols, ensure timely information sharing and collaboration between internal teams and third-party contractor to address vulnerability effectively. Timing information time when informations are shared timely, it helps in kind of like effective protocols that can enable us to kind of like share those critical information between the team, contractors, and address issues promptly. I feel like this will really be a very great way to kind of like work on improving the system. Also doing a lot of like structured communication that is across the team that can foster like smoother collaboration, because I feel like in a system like this and in an environment like this, collaboration goes a long way. Collaboration is key. So when you can foster a great collaboration, come together as a team to help, it helps kind of like coordinate those responses, and vulnerability among stakeholders can be like kind of like detected effectively and easily. And also kind of like on the escalation procedure kind of things, it helps with like clear escalation steps, ensure issues are prioritized and addressed quickly, because we need to be able to prioritize things effectively. So we need to check our security systems, make sure those things are prioritized effectively, and if there are some vulnerability, we need to let them be addressed immediately and not just kind of like being kept there because when you keep those things there, it can actually spring up some other security issues that will cost the company and a lot of money. The, the final section focuses on measuring program effectiveness, reporting to the board, and also incorporating lesson learned to continuously refine the vulnerability management process. Defining KPIs such as time detection, remediation rate, and also vulnerability reoccurrence rate. All these are going to help to kind of like quantify program effectiveness and guide the improvements that we have had so far. Developing concise, actionable dashboards and reports for the board provides transparency into security posture and informs strategies to our decision making. Incorporating feedbacks and lessons learned from incidents and assessment drives continuous improvement, ensuring that the program adapts to emerging threats and also organization changes. By adopting this comprehensive vulnerability management program, Campus Pay will enhance its ability to identify, prioritize, and remediate security risks, safeguarding sensitive data, and maintaining stakeholder trust, respectively.